Yo, welcome back. It's another haptic feedback interview. Today's special guest that you don't know is again, but that I know is again,
Back in this thing.
NYT's
Part 2, we back in
Part
this bitch.
2.
Hell yeah.
How you doing today?
I'm good, gang.
All right, so full disclosure, we actually sat down at the end of last year, but tech be teching. Tekken, like the fighting game, like it be.
Tekken.
Oh, that too. Technical files, like technology
files.
really just.
No, that legit was a technical foul. Like, that shit was crazy.
Facts. So, yeah, I lost the video. I only had the audio. So, we're going to do something else with that. But in the meantime, we decided to, link back up again. So, hopefully you guys will, well, you don't know what you missed. So,
you don't know what you missed. But I'm glad to be back.
Facts. Yeah. And I appreciate you coming.
Hell yeah, bro, for sure.
So, you're coming off the release of a new single, Root of It All.
Yes, sir.
I guess just... One, what does it feel like to kind of, get that off? I know you told me previously you like to sit with songs for a while before they, hit the masses. So do you feel like that sense of relief from a new release?
Bro, hell yeah. Like, honestly, like, I've been waiting for a minute. There's a lot of things that had to come into play for that one, for me to even get it out. And I just knew that, like, I've been sitting on it since, like, August of last year. But Rokai sent me, like, a beat pack.
Bro, Rokai, best hair on the scene.
No cap, bro. Got some illustrious ass shit. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, but yeah, like he sent me the beat pack, and then I sent him like all the songs I was saying. I did like 4 songs, from that, and that was the first one I felt like I was like, okay, I'm really talking my shit on this. So I just kind of want to get this out, but yeah, I'm just glad it's out, and the video is out now, so. Everything's coming together. Yeah,
definitely. No, I really like the video. It's got like some very cool animation cuts. And, I know that's something a lot of people are trying to incorporate, but that was like a very unique version. I like my favorite scene. Not to spoil too much, but like I like the one on the seesaw with the Super Mario outline.
Yeah, with the Rainbow Road shit.
Yeah, that was fine. Yeah, and it all syncs up with the bars. Like they make sense. Like it's not just random effects on the video. You know what I'm saying? They actually. Relate to the song. So how long was that premeditated? Like did you know when you were going into the video shoot that you wanted that kind of animation style on the video?
No, and I'm gonna tell you because the story is low-key kind of crazy. So it was like I want to say like October, end of September, and Austin had hit me up. He lives in Wisconsin, like never met him, doesn't live around here.
Wow.
He DM'd me and was like, hey, man, I'm a videographer out here in Wisconsin. Look at your content. Really rock with your sound. Want to know I'm coming to Atlanta if you want to shoot a video. I was like, first, you know how they be DMing you. You're like,
is this
I feel
real?
like this is a scam. Like, there's just no way. Because bro really was just doing it out of love. Like, there's just no way this is real. But he sent me his website. I went on his website, and I was like, damn, this actually looks like pretty legit. I might have to... I want to see, you gotta see what it's about. So, we chopped it up, got on FaceTime, talked about it, and then November came. We shot it in November because that's when he was coming up. So once we shot it, we did it all in one day, 2 locations. My boy Lotus had pulled up to the second location to
Lotus,
bro being everything, bro. But yeah, we shot it in November, and then from that point until my birthday, he sent me the final version on my birthday, April 26th. I just told him like I wanted to give him some creative control. I had like little ideas and like places because I had to figure out locations and stuff
because he's not familiar.
Here. Yeah. So like I kind of told him the basic concept of it, of what I wanted, and then bro really took it and ran like used the bars
sprinted,
like
4K.
Sprinted 4 fucking K. Like bro did not really lose a step at all, and we were going back and forth for those months, and that's what you got. Final product is crazy. And I seen it first day. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, especially for that to just come together out the blue. And I love the internet. I know there's a lot of bad things that happen online. I know it isn't always, the most positive thing or whatever. But, like, if you really just focus your attention on what good can happen on the internet.
My brother dropping gems.
It's so good. Like, that would have never happened to your grandfather or mother or whomever,
wouldn't have
preceded you.
We was kids.
It just wouldn't have happened. They just didn't have access to a person from Wisconsin's vision. You know what I'm saying? So, just remember that when you're shitting on Instagram on a random Tuesday.
Yeah, rough, bro.
So, I'm glad it worked out like that.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like you can be a little more melodic in approach, and sometimes you'll come ready to bar up. So, how do you feel like long term? I guess first you hone your ability to rap compared to your ability to do more things that are singing related, like honing your voice. Like, how does the two processes differ as far as improvement? And then how do you feel like that culminated into this song being what it was?
I feel like I've been kind of doing both at the same time, like from when I first started, like 5 years ago. But really, it's just me getting more comfortable with like my voice in general. Like, I feel like a lot of artists can kind of relate to that. Like, when you're kind of trying to figure yourself out as an artist and what you want to do and how you want to sound and being true to yourself type shit, like, I feel like it's a lot more vulnerable when you're able to kind of just let go and like kind of like release any expectations of what you're making. And correct. I feel like I put too much pressure on myself a lot of the time to even put something like together. But then like once I started kind of like figuring out that really, bro, it's really just having fun, it became a lot easier. So I feel like that's where I improved the most at, is just getting comfortable with my voice and how I sound and liking how I sound. Because I know I did not like how I sound when I first started, like at all, but it's a process.
Right.
So you got to respect the process for where it was and where it goes.
Yeah, for sure. And so you recently got to, go home. And you told me that was a big deal because you hadn't got to visit, and you said a few years, 2 years?
Yeah, it's been a few years.
Yeah. So what was it, just, I guess, generally speaking, what was it like to, get back home?
Getting to see my family again that I haven't seen in a while has been like a beautiful experience. Like my grandmother, my aunt, and my granddad that live up there. I got to spend a lot of time with them, introduce my girl to them, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a beautiful moment. Like, I haven't seen him in a while, like since my grandmother's 70th birthday.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, like it's just kind of like reconnected with my roots type shit. So it's like I really felt like Atlanta has like, it's such a melting pot. Like, I still felt at home, but like actually going back home was just like a reset in a way for me. So I was just like, I came back like even more like feeling like more myself.
That's fine. Was there anything, when, I guess even me on a local level, because my home is like 40 minutes from here, but even still, when I go back home, there'll be things change. This building's closed down now. They done tore it down and built a whatever. Yeah. Did you have experiences with something that you frequented before that's like not there, or that's something different now?
They gentrifying the fuck out the Bronx. I'm gonna just say that. Like, I mean, they do it here. Like, they do it everywhere. So it's just like, I mean, where I lived at, they haven't gotten there. I think they started on the South Bronx. And it's like everything that used to be there, like, I'm just like, what the, like, they building like big ass like corporate buildings and like a whole bunch of shit. I'm like, bro, I don't know what this is. Like, my aunt was telling me this used to be here. That's no longer there. That corner store, that bodega, that's not here. Like, shit changed. Like, some of the staples though, like Pepino's, it's like a pizza place on the 242nd station, or 242nd Street station, where the 2 train goes from. So like, if you were to like be on where my block is, there's like an apartment complex. Even if you looked up the street, you'd see all this. So it's like Pepino's is like a staple pizza place that I used to love to go to when I was a kid. There's like these, they're not corner stores, but they're like the bodegas that are in between.
Okay.
And I used to go in there when I was younger, and I would buy like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and shit.
Oh,
bro, I ain't gonna lie.
That's fine.
They had like, I don't know why they had like a mix of this shit, but some of them cards, you know how you could tell when they're fake? Cause like they would have like the, there's like a certain tint to them. It felt like they're like printed out. Like they're not even like the actual authentic cards. But I had a mix of those, and then like they would have authentic ones that would be a little bit more expensive. But I didn't even know the difference when I was a kid until I got a little bit older. I was like, damn, bro, they finessed the fuck out of me.
That's nuts.
No, but that shit was fun. But like, that was funny. And then new shit is like Zoom. That wasn't even there before. It used to be like a Golden Crust there.
Damn,
there's a lot of different places. I can go all day. There's a lot of different places that are just, a lot has changed.
Okay, no, that's fine. Well, sort of.
Some of it is fine.
Yeah, that's
some of it's fine. Yeah. Some of it's like, damn, I wish they still had it.
Definitely.
But I had to show my girl, like, I had to get her the staple foods, like chopped cheese and, like, bacon, egg, and cheese and shit. So she
Was there something she liked the most?
Chopped cheese, for sure. She was like, that chopped cheese was different. I was like, I know.
Yeah, man. Like I said last time, man, them hot dogs, bro.
Oh yeah, them dirty dogs, bro, on the street, bro.
I be thinking about those.
But I got the those shaved ice. I don't know if you.
It was cold when I went.
Okay, whereas you would not have gotten the shaved ice.
Yeah, nah, it was Halloween.
Yeah, you definitely would not have gotten the shaved ice. But when I went, I did get that, and it felt like nostalgic again because I was like, they be serving it out of those like little carts. So they'll like scoop it out in a shaved ice, and then they'll put like whatever. Like I used to get the mango. They have the rainbow one. I think they have like a strawberry one. But yeah, I think the mango was my favorite. It hits every time. Still hits to this day. Love it.
Yeah, next time. That sounds fire.
Yeah, you definitely gotta try it.
So what do you, in the way that you would compare, this being your new home to that, your home that you were brought up in,
Mm-hmm.
What is something that you missed about New York that, isn't the same here?
Honestly, it's just like, I don't even know, because I feel like when I came to Atlanta, it's like a miniature New York in a sense. Like, not everything is the same, obviously, with like the transit systems and stuff like that.
Right.
But like, what I mean by that is just like there's always something happening. So it's like, if you were just like bored one day, you could just hop on a train. If you're in New York, that'd be another difference. Like if you were to like hop on a train, you can get to like Manhattan
Everywhere.
or something. You could take the 2 train, like where it stopped at on my in my neighborhood. You take that train, it could take you all the way down to Manhattan. Like it'll take you all the way down. That's the one train that'll take you all the way down. But pretty much, I don't know, man. Like Atlanta always felt like it felt like a New York to me in a sense, but it was just like even more of a melting pot because everything is more in a closer proximity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that was the biggest thing for me, honestly.
Do you have something opposite that's like really different here compared to New York that you like?
People are nicer. like, but I'm being real. Like, it's just, you feel me? Like, even then, like, people can be rude anywhere. Like,
That's true,
it is what
man.
it is. But what I feel like for real, like, because I even have an example of that. I told my girl before we got there, I'm like, listen, this is not the South. People will not be telling you, excuse me.
Right.
Literally, first day, people pushing out the way, niggas driving like they about to try to kill themselves on purpose. Like, I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Like, it's not that deep. Like, but she got to experience that. And I was like, and then she'd be walking around the store. Dudes, like, like how they be saying, like, New York niggas is just mad aggressive whenever they, like, are trying to chop it up with a shorty. So it's like, they would be that aggressive. And it's just like, I told you. But she was with my grandmother. So I was on the other side of the store with my aunt. So stuff like that would happen. I'd be like, bro, I'm telling you, like, just stick close to my grandmother. You good. But people be trying it. It's funny.
Yeah, I like that about New York when I went up there. Not that they were not as nice, but just like that I didn't feel like I had to police my behavior so much.
They keep it real.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you accidentally bump somebody here, it could really be like a huge deal. You know what I'm saying? But up there, it's just like you bump somebody, people got things to do. They just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it pushing. They might tell you to fuck off or some shit.
But I'm saying you can tell when someone accidentally bumps into you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I just like how busy people were and that like they didn't seem to like take nothing too seriously, not like that, but just in terms of like dealing with other people. It's just like, I got somewhere to be, I'm trying to get there, you trying to get there. If we hit a shoulder every once in a while, it's all good.
Hey, look, it's like, that's one thing I'll say is like I you know what you're gonna get. Like it's gonna be very authentic. Like whether they like you or not, they will tell you. Like that's what I feel like. That's also kind of like why I am the way I am too with them. Like coming from that, because it's like I'm very open and I'm very just honest and very much me. So it's like I'll be like I try to keep it toned down in a sense of like, not everybody's cool with that personality type, and sometimes it's like it calls for it in different situations.
For sure.
But to be honest, like most of the time I'm just me, like how we be talking. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. All right, as the people know, we're here to talk about an artist as well. You want to let the people know who you picked today, and we'll put it right there on the screen.
I picked IDK as my artist.
IDK, very unique pick. No one. I had some overlap in like picks that people tried to get. Obviously, I didn't let anyone do one that I already did for you guys. I mean, I would, I got to chop it up with these people about those artists back here, just, to pick people's brains. But to keep it, fresh and diverse, we mixed it up. And IDK was somebody that, no one else had picked. So before we get into like the album specifically, what made IDK your selection?
Honestly, I just really respect bro's creativity and the concepts that he brings with his albums. Like, it's like very unique concepts that I haven't seen. I don't think I've still seen it, but I could be wrong. Anybody do, like, for Subtrap, for instance, which we'll get into, but yeah, like stuff like that. He's just a very creative guy, and it's like he always is changing some sort of style. Like, he'll switch it up. He can do house and rap over house beats, or he'll do something else where it's like super hard trap beats, and it's like, nigga, damn, you don't breathe. Like, you're going crazy right now. For sure. Shit like that.
Yeah, man. Do you feel like listening to him has inspired any growth or anything in your own music?
For sure. Like, it's just being more so, like I said, being more of myself always in my music, continuing to just follow my own vision. Like, whatever that is for me, like, and it's like, I'll be honest, like, I still am trying to figure my own stuff out, but it's still like at the same time, like, everybody is who isn't. So I honestly, like, respect the fact that even at the level he's at, which obviously he's not like the biggest artist in the world, but he's definitely like got a solid, well-established artist. Like, he still remains him and will still create and craft songs from him. Like, it's not like he's going outside of himself to make songs for people. So if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
That's fair. All right, so we're working off a 7-project list. Do you want to share your bottom 4 from 7, 6, 5, and 4? You want to let the people know what you got?
Hell yeah. Okay, so for my 7th one,
and give me all the names first, and then we'll talk about them.
Okay, bet. So from 7 to 4, you said?
Yep.
Yeah. So from 7 to 4, starting from the bottom, You See For Yourself is like the last one for me. F65 is 6. I Was Very Bad was 5. And then 4 was an Empty Bank for me.
Okay, we got some differences. Don't look at mine.
My bad.
No, you good. No. We got some differences. Okay, let's hear about it. So, and as I tell people all the time, having one below the other does not imply that it is bad. You are comparing your artists to themselves. Something has to be better than the other. Just get that out the way.
Right.
We're not here to hate on nobody.
I love all these projects.
Exactly. Exactly. So, any critiques that are given are critiques compared to the others.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
So what framed the bottom of your list? Was there anything in particular about these albums that, comparing them to each other, what made one better than the other?
So honestly, for me, like, I feel like I value a lot more when an artist can like make me want to replay the song a lot. Like, so for me, honestly, like, why I put, like, for instance, like You See For Yourself, I love the album, right? When he dropped it, I didn't really go back to it for a lot. So it's like, not saying like it was bad. I liked it, but I just didn't feel like I was gonna revisit it, like some of his older stuff or like even his newer stuff that was it past that. Right. But F65, that's the newest one that he dropped. It's just too new for me to even like. I think he dropped it like last week or the week before last.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure if we were gonna do that. That's why I wanted to ask and make sure. So I was like, let me make sure our lists match. So I actually was listening to that one for the first time yesterday, and then a little bit more today.
Yeah, Pinot Noir is a great song. I'm not gonna lie. It's just that. Oh yeah, that's probably like that. Bro, I love the sample, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I put that as like 6 only because like it's so new. But I feel like it could grow on me, so that's why I put that at 6. I Was Very Bad, which it kind of is reminiscent of a song that's even higher, or a project that's even higher on my list. But I Was Very Bad is a great project, great concept album.
Yeah,
to me.
I got that way higher than where you.
It's
got
a great concept album, and I'm literally.
That's the one I'm like.
Listen,
I need to hear this one.
And the only reason, like I said, replay value. It's a very cohesive story, and it's like it tells a lot, and I really fuck with it like heavy. And I remember I would revisit it a lot when it first came out, but for the sake of the rest of my list,
right,
it had to go where it had to go. Empty Bank. I feel like I put like some kind of nostalgic twist to it. I'm not gonna lie, cause that was the second project actually. The other one I'll get into.
Right.
Is a little bit higher, I guess. But Empty Bank was the second project I ever listened to by him. And it was back when I was like, I think 19, 17, 18, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
And a lot of fond memories because I remember like summer nights with my friends, like the lit songs we would play from that project, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I put that at 4. But the other 3, when we get into that, I'll
okay.
on those.
All right. So for comparison, 7 is where I had Empty Bank. 6 is where I had F65, same.
Yeah, okay, that's the same.
5 is where I had Subtrap.
Okay. All right. All right.
Deep breath.
All right.
And then 4 is where I had You See For Yourself.
Okay.
So 2 of the ones we had in this same part of the list, and then the other 2 we do not. And then 2 of them we both made the same expression basically. Yeah. So I feel like those 2 projects may be in various spots. I don't know. For me, Empty Bank was probably because part of it was I didn't get any nostalgia. So most of it, I didn't know who he was until maybe the pandemic-ish time when I was like consuming a lot of stuff just because, I was here all day. And so that was when I started listening to him. And I guess just because I had heard so many other things, I don't know, that one just didn't really like do it for me as much. I felt like a lot of it, he sounded like another artist that I like, and I just couldn't.
Who's the artist?
Absol.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
And I don't know. It was difficult for me to like.
So you just
yeah,
attributing
just
so.
Like, yeah, I was experiencing soul, so I was like, okay. I didn't mind what he did with it. Like I do believe he was talented. He brought his own twist, but like I mean like the literal sound of his voice as much as like now I don't even mean like from a rhyme style perspective. How is that possible? From a rhyme style perspective, D&D, I don't understand.
I don't know why it doesn't work.
Yeah, I guess not.
Still don't want to work.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, so it was just one of those things where I just had to kind of get over that to listen to it, and so it made it like difficult for me to like really barrel into it. F65, I feel similarly. It's kind of new. I only got to get through it like 1.5-ish times, so I think there's still more there to grow. It could move up or down the list.
For sure.
The Boosie sample with the interlude was fun. I enjoyed that. He usually does a good job of putting stuff in there.
Okay.
And it was cool. Like I said, it needs more time to grow.
For sure.
Subtrap, I like the concept a lot, right? But I really wish he would have took a For Your Eyes Only approach.
I see, yeah.
In the way that I would have liked for him not to tell me that all of them weren't his perspectives.
Yeah.
I feel like he didn't trust us to figure it out.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I feel like
I'll divert on that later.
Okay, and so I just feel like to make music in the internet era, somebody gonna figure it out. And once somebody figures it out, all you gotta do is share that Reddit post or retweet that person, and then that's your way of saying like, no, you're right. I these aren't all my life experiences, and I just would have. I think it would have done him well to allow us to go on that scavenger hunt.
Yeah, I feel like I like that a lot when artists do that. Like they don't tell you too much about it. Like
but you can you follow the artist enough to kind of know based on what they've shared previously what is like, okay, he didn't do that, so like let me really get into this album and see like where it's going.
For sure.
And so that's why I have it where it is, not because of like it wasn't executed well.
Right.
I just feel like I would have gotten more out of it had I been like
it's like that moment where you're like, oh wait, like when you start connecting the dots in your head, you're like
exactly. So I wanted that, so that's how it ended up right there. And then You See For Yourself was just cool. It was probably the most, well, not the most, but it was one of the more like less dense albums and more fun albums. I think the features were placed well, and the way he was able to put different people in like spots to succeed is something that I really like when an artist can do, where they're not, making songs and just like dropping artists in them. It kind of feels like the songs were made with the artist in mind, like whether it was exactly. Yeah. Whether it was or not, but it just feels as a listener like the songs were made with this artist in mind, and so it feels more collaborative than just like I sent them a thing with an open and then they just sent it back. You know what I'm saying? And so I appreciated that. So that's why I have that at number 4.
Like I feel like they was really locked in, or at least like that person specifically was like, I know this person would sound crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why I got that. You got any major gripes or anything you appreciate about my placement?
I fuck with your placement. I mean, obviously at this point you would know. Like
Right.
I ain't say Subtrap at all in mine, but
Exactly.
yeah, like that one specifically. I'm not obviously saying the order, but for me, like that one, the reason that was the first album I ever listened to by him.
See,
And that was also another nostalgic album for me before Empty Bank even was, because of the summertime fun and like that. My friends literally were like, I had just came back, I think, from my first break in college,
right.
and they was kind of driving me around. Oh no, I had just got my first car. I just got my first car and I drove to Charlotte from my campus, and
Damn, how long was that drive?
4 hours from it. I was in I went to a school in Virginia that was like right on the borderline between, or not Virginia. Am I lying? No, Virginia. Yeah, it was right on the border. Bro, my geography is like, what is it? Yeah, geography.
Yeah,
My geography's fucked up, bro.
messing up even the word.
It's like Jesus Christ, like, oh my God,
That's
bro.
hilarious.
Yeah, no, for real, but yeah, so like that was, I had came back and I picked them all up because they was like, obviously you got the newest whip now, so you gotta. It was a 2010 Nissan Altima, but I love that thing.
Hey, newest doesn't necessarily.
Hey, exactly. So yeah, so I picked them all up, and then they were like, "You heard of this artist IDK?" And I was like, "No." And then they started playing it, and they started playing fuck, what's the song name? I'm gonna have, for the sake of this conversation, I have to do it.
It's cool. I want you to look.
I have to. Oops, wrong way. It was. God Said Trap. That, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, that's one of the better ones.
No cap. God Said Trap, bro, was like, I heard that for the first time. We ran it back like 3 times. I was just like banging in the car. My sound system was getting hurt. Shit was crazy, bro. But that shit was fire.
Sound system on IR.
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I'm interested in seeing what the top half of your list is. So for now, we'll take a quick intermission, and then we'll come back, talk about you a little more, and then we'll get into the rest of the list.
For shit show. Let's do it.
All right, we'll see y'all in a second.
Pick up the rock, niggas get popped. I peeped your stance. Yeah, clean off the top, face of giving in abundance. Niggas tried to steer me away, but for them digits, I come running. You can't keep me from it. I just got some money in my pockets, don't come for me. Niggas tried to throw me off my course, Rainbow Road. When she throw it back on me, hypothermic, I cannot feel my toes. Isometric is poetic, I'm eclectic with the flows. I'm the best there is, and I'ma say it with my chest, cause I believe that shit. And if he tell you that he better, I would bet my rib, yeah. Got a pocket full of dreams and my kinfolk. The vision clearer than it seems, all I need's the root of all evils, root of all evils, root of all evils, root of all evils.
All right, back from intermission. We're gonna get back into some more NYT's questions. He came through again. For those who, why would you just be joining this whole video? I want to do radio one day, and I see it in my mind, so I'll be starting again as if I'm like, on a radio show where people could come and go.
You feel me? Like, you manifested it.
But this is my generation's version of radio.
For sure.
So,
it works.
Yeah, but
It works.
I like radio. All my idols who do this are radio sports guys originally, and so that's how I get this. But anyway, we're back. Ready to dive back in.
Back in this thing.
Yeah.
Can I say something? Because I definitely wanted to say this earlier, and I completely forgot.
Yeah, go for it.
When we were comparing New York and Atlanta.
Right.
The wings. I need my lemon pepper wet. I might fuck with some barbecue. But lemon pepper wet.
Yeah,
y'all really got it.
For how ass our pizza is, bro, we have to have something for y'all, because I've never met a New Yorker who like pizza.
Hey, but
down
Best
here.
Pizza? No, I ain't gonna lie. There's this place called Best Pizza on in East Point by Low Crib. They deliver to my area, like where I stay in Ellenwood. So I be getting that shit, bro. It be last. You know how some pizza, like, you can only eat it the day of, and it's like, this is the best this is ever gonna taste. Best Pizza, quite literally, is the best pizza that I've had since New York.
Right.
That's here. So if you never had Best Pizza and you're in East Point,
or if you're not in East Point,
or not, just
it's got some range. Uber Eats.
Got some range. Uber Eats. do what you gotta do. Best pizza.
Man, I wish I still ate cheese. I would try some, but you know.
Hey, lactate, pop a lactate, bro. You good?
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Sometimes it's worth it, you know.
Sometimes, not too often, but sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. Moderation. So you once told me, you know, in the last thing that some of your earliest memories of loving music and like kind of some music that made you feel was like some Mary J. Blige and some Fantasia albums, which, you know, I don't know if people would have expected coming off your single, you know, from Root of It All, you know, maybe they wouldn't see that in your background. So, you know, how do you balance having kind of, you know, developing a sound that is diverse enough where from single to single, people may not get the full scope of what you can bring to the table as an artist? You know, how do you stop yourself from feeling like every single song I have to showcase everything I can do?
Pretty much it's just a vibe. Like, if I feel like, you know, sometimes I'm just like, I'll light like a candle or something. I'm just chilling because I like good smells. So candles are like one of my favorite things. Right. And incense. So I'll like, if it's like that kind of vibe, I'll feel like, you know, that Jay Versace meme where he's just like, yeah. It would feel like that, but like just for me in my own way in a song, like just for myself. And then if it's like, I just feel like rapping today, I will do that. Like, it's just like, it really just depends on how I'm feeling that day. And most of the time I pretty much just balance it out that way. And then sometimes it's like the mix of both. Cause like, I like making like memorable hooks or hooks that I can like get you to repeat and like sing, that's like easy for people to sing along to. Like if I was at a show, like I could imagine it at a show. Yeah. But then sometimes, you know, some people like, I could fit whatever vibe I feel like I specialize in for myself, I guess.
Wonderful. And so, I guess leading into what you just said about, you know, crowd engagement and stuff, you got to perform recently.
I did.
First show of the year, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Tell us about it. You know, how'd it go? Did you have any pre-stage jitters, you know, getting back to it?
Yeah, I feel like it was like, I don't know, like I have pre-stage jitters for real. Like it'll be like a pit in my stomach right beforehand, but then like the second I'm on there, it's like it all leaves. But it's like I'm so used to it now, like just in general for like years of doing like performances and stuff like that. Like I feel more natural on stage than I used to. But yeah, like it's just like that show was great. Shout out to y'all for even having me in the first place. But yeah, like it was just the energy was there, the vibes are great. Jazzy, I think Bedside Pond, Ace and like all of them were like great. And it was just a great night. Vibes was immaculate.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anybody, you know, you're kind of looking forward to seeing perform this year that you haven't seen before or maybe haven't seen in a while, like on the scene?
Definitely like the all-stars, like David. I think I actually did see David the Tragic and Burgundy when they were at the what was that you were there too. I can't remember. Shrugs, yeah, it was at Shrugs.
Shout out to Shrugs team. Shout out that G Fuel. No.
Bro, but like they always kill it, so it's like I always like going to shows and just, you know, supporting and seeing local talent and just being supportive, bro, because it's like it's community, bro. Like I am not in competition with nobody. Like,
facts. It's enough for everybody.
It's enough for everybody. Like I'm literally just like, I like what you do, I'm gonna fuck with it. Like I'm never gonna be shy to tell somebody like you make fire shit, because if I did, what am I even doing here in this space? Honestly, like. It's okay to support people. It is okay to support people.
Definitely. I guess, you know, you also told me, oddly enough, you know, that you were a Eagles fan, which
for sure.
Which is always, you know, I'll never understand, but you know, I don't necessarily have to. I don't know how that happens. You know, there's a lot of people in New York who would not appreciate that. They're division rivals. But we won't rehash that. You know, you got it. On a different tip. You know, their quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
Come on now.
Fire. Extension.
Fire.
That extension nuts. The bag crazy now.
Crazy different. He deserve it too.
For sure. And
we'll be back.
You know,
we'll be back. I'm gonna say it again. We'll be back.
Maybe.
That's crazy. Niggas
maybe.
Niggas playing.
But with that extension, you know, I saw Kevin Durant's media outlet, the Boardroom, that he has a all-woman management team. Like his agent, whole group, they're all women. And they brokered the largest contract in NFL history.
For sure.
That's amazing. So how do you feel like, one, well, you just said y'all going back, so I guess that's how you feel about the Eagles' chances this upcoming season.
Say it again. We're going back.
But on a larger scale, how do you feel about the growth of women's involvement in sports? From they're really in every part of it in a way that previous generations just didn't allow them to do. Not that their interest wasn't there, not that they weren't capable. Literally, just now they've been afforded opportunities and they're making historic things happen. So just in that space, how do you feel like women are changing the game? How do you feel about women getting these opportunities, and how do you feel comparably those opportunities are coming for women in the music scene as you see it?
Bro, I love it, and I'm always going to support women artists, women in anything that they do, because especially black women, because it's already disproportionate enough as it is. But to be for real, it's just really fun to see, because like they deserve it. They've been deserved it for like the longest time, but it's been like a glass ceiling that I'm glad I'm starting to see like a lot of them break through. And there's a lot of talented like female artists that are here, like bro, Muddy Maya. Nigga, hold on. Fire as fuck, bro. Like, I be singing Tumblr all the time. I just met this bitch, y'all. I just met this bitch. Bro, I be, snap, crazy. Yeah, but, yeah, definitely, like, artists like Muddy, Indigo. There's this other artist that I just started listening to. I cannot, but she did this song. It was like, Little Miss, like.
Oh, It Girl?
It Girl.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it, bro.
Oh, It Girl's one of them ones.
Fire shit, bro. Like, I love the way she sounds,
that
bro.
song fire, too. Bro. Yeah, that's a fire
crazy
song.
Shit. But there's just so many, and it's like the same way for guys. It's like a melting pot of like female artists who are like really doing this shit, and it's like
rangy. Like the
rangy
just the artists you list are also very different.
Rangy as fuck. Mercury's another one too that I've listened to for a while now. All of them are fire. And it's just like, even for like going back to the sports tip, like them brokering the deal, who would do it better than a black woman?
Obviously, no one.
Obviously, no one. The proof is in the pudding, my dog. Like, I'm just saying.
Exactly. And so, let's dive into, the second half of that list. All right.
Okay, bet.
I think I'll do my 3 first this time, and
Go
then
ahead.
you can react to me, and then we'll close with what you got.
All right, bet.
So 3 is where I had Is He Real.
Okay. All right.
2, I Was Very Bad.
Okay.
So 1 is Simple.
Oh, I love that. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
For sure. So, I like how I feel like with Is He Real, a lot of the same reasons I really like JPEG Mafia were the reasons I like this album. I felt like this wasn't as focused theme wise as some of the other projects, but as far as like the beats and the like rhyme styles and stuff, I feel like he gave himself a little more room to breathe. And sometimes having themes can be a little constricting, So I feel like for this, he just got to just get down. Like some of these beats from one song to the next weren't necessarily cohesive and, they didn't feed the theme all the way through in a sense. But they were fire. Like, I like a lot of these songs individually, and I think it made for really good singles, like songs I can pick out without feeling like I'm not forced, but overly nudged into listening to the whole album top to bottom. I felt like it had a lot of like grabs.
You can pick some gems out.
I appreciated that a lot, especially compared to the rest of his albums. I Was Very Bad is number 2 because that was my first album listening to him. Okay. And that theme was just very potent, especially because of some of my own obstacles I have. Is just the whole theme and idea of how someone's life can really be affected by what their home life is like, no matter what their heart or intentions are. He kind of communicated the fact that his only goal was really to, feel a certain feeling, and he wasn't getting that at home. So he found other places to get that same attention, albeit negative instead of positive, like he was searching for. Yeah. And so just that art of balancing, like, this is my passion, this is what I'm trying to get to, but also having that grit of like by any means necessary.
For sure. Just
made for like a really strong first project for me. Sure. I feel like it was a good lead into what I was signing up for. And it's kind of still throughout the years been the ethos, I feel like, of the way he makes music, where it's just like he was literally willing to risk it all, and now I feel like it's a little more metaphorical in the sense of like he'll risk it all as far as like how he goes about making music and willing to try a different theme here or a different sound here. Like you said, he'll move from dance to rap, et cetera, et cetera.
Like
so
that.
I feel like this is his. If I had to introduce somebody to him, I think this is still how I would do it.
It's diverse.
How it happened to me.
I fuck with it.
And then one is Simple because it's just so
Oh,
groovy.
God
it's
damn,
just
bro. I
so
can't even.
damn groovy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Bro, I've been literally, that's the one that I've wanted to listen to over and over since I've like really started to do my research for this. Bro, it just plays so smooth. It's short, but it hits. It's not long enough, but like in the good way of that, like I'm gonna play it again because I feel like I should have heard more of it.
For sure.
And it's too groovy, bro. It's too smooth. You know, you just slide and dance, and it's got memorable melodies that you want to hum around the house.
Listen.
It's just one of those kind of projects, and so I feel like that's the best one. I feel like it has the potential to have the most staying power in his catalog. As far as like he made that quite a while ago. Well, not that long, but
a year or two ago.
Yeah, you know, a while in today's
music,
terms.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just feel like it still could work if he were to drop it today.
Right. It was like random too when I first found it. I was just like, oh, I didn't know he dropped something with K-Tron. That's fine.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute. From start to finish, I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute. Hold on, bro.
Yeah, so let's get your 3 in.
Okay. So, Subtrap was 3. And I think I said, like I said earlier, it was kind of because it's like, I think we were talking about it off camera, but I was like, it reminded me of like, basically when I was coming back to from college, just got my new whip. Oh, I did say that earlier, but yeah, still like basically I just love it for the nostalgia for 3. I actually put Simple second, but it was really a tie between 1 and 2 for Izzy Real and Simple. But the reason that Simple is only second is because it wasn't really an album, but like
that's fair.
That's it. If it was about like just the fact, and it wasn't really long enough for me to compare it to like the album for it, but like Simple for me, basically everything you said. When I first heard it on a random day, I was like, this is probably one of the greatest things I've ever heard.
It's
in
a
my
lot
life
of
that
fun.
I'm grooving to. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be like part of defining my summer this year. Honestly, I know I'm a little late to it, but I'm still. It's new to me, so y'all gonna have to hear it if you're around me. You know what I'm saying?
Like, bro, Simple is like, I don't know what they put. Like, they put some stank on that motherfucker. Like, I swear to God, like Simple is just like, I'll play it back even still now. Like, I heard it when it first came out. That shit is still in rotation. Rotation. Like, bro, it's even a song. You see what I'm saying? It works. It works.
It works. Too many levels.
It works too many levels. And then number 1 was Izzy Real, mainly because of how cohesive it was to me. But it was still like, it was cohesive, but it was still like, December is like a more dance song with like with Burna Boy, or like he can switch it up and do something more trappy. But it was like enough, like you said, like if you're able to actually show somebody that, it is pretty good in the aspect of this is a great album to show somebody, and so his like diversity.
Yeah.
So like I really fuck with that album heavy, but like I said, it really was a tie between Simple and that one, but Simple really technically kind of has the edge.
Simple, nice, man. That was my
amazing.
favorite part about doing the research on this man.
Simple's
just finding that album because I probably wouldn't have otherwise, or at least I don't know when I would have. So
great timing.
Definitely appreciate it on that level.
For sure.
And so before we get out of here, what are we working on? What can we expect coming in the next few months, next few weeks? Well, let's say next few months because it'll be a few weeks before they even see this.
Yeah, so months, more music. I'm dropping a whole lot more music this year. I'm feeling more confident in myself to just be able to just drop stuff, and like even if it's something that's like a Lucy, like I'm putting it out there. Like I was very reserved for like the first like 5 years of me doing this because I felt like that imposter syndrome. Like I don't believe I'm doing this, and I don't believe like it happens to the best of us. So I basically like just want to put stuff out there and see what happens because I don't know. Like it's really like the hypotheticals that be fucking me up, and it's like, nigga, this shit isn't real.
And honestly, a lot of it is just leaning into the good hypotheticals. It's like I feel like it's unfortunate that so often when there's too many possibilities. We focus on the bad ones, where it's like there's so many good possibilities that could come from.
But you always block out the good possibilities, and like I just don't want people to hate it. And it's like,
so it's cool to hear that you're in a space where it's a little more focused on the positive. Like, never know what could happen in like a magical, wonderful way instead of like a dreary, melancholy way.
Right, and it's like, and really coming back to the terms of like, as long as I like it, somebody's gonna like it. Like, I really had to own that and then push myself and put myself out there more. So I feel like I was very kind of backed off at one point, but at this point it's just kind of like, bro, if you like it, you like it. Like I said, if you don't, you don't. So I'ma still do me.
Hey, and that is what it is. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
That's all it is. Exactly. So yeah, I appreciate you coming through again.
For sure. Appreciate you.
For sure. And they'll see some of my favorite takeaways from the other thing that we did. For sure. I still have that. It's written out. There'll be some pictures with it as well, and that'll be up on my website probably the day before this comes out. So you should have seen it already, but if you haven't, go there, check that out, and read about NYTs, because when the last time you read something?
Tap in with my boy. Get your SAT words up.
You don't have to tell me when the last time you read something, but just know, I'm trying to get y'all to read every now and again. I gave y'all podcasts when I originally wanted to do a magazine because I thought y'all wouldn't read it. So
we're silently judging you.
Just a little bit.
Just that. Not too much.
Not you, the general you. You, I love you because you're here with us.
Having a great time vibing.
But yeah, for sure. Just that was a tangent. Just check it out. Read about him. It's really good. I think it still deserves to be put out. So
we lit. My dog.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you again.
Appreciate you coming through, and we'll see y'all on the flip side in the next video.